Today I'm going to show you guys how to change an air filter on a Yamaha Special 2 400. First off, you're just going to take off that side panel. You'll see one screw right there and one right there. Once you undo them, piece comes off. There's an upper hook in here you have to take off, and you'll be able to pull that right out. Time to do some work. So the things you'll need are both your air filters, screwdriver taken apart, nice foam actually designed for motorcycle air filters on motorcyclesuperstore.com, $14, super cheap, hot glue gun, and a few sticks of hot glue. You're going to simply take apart screw number 1 and screw number 2. Alright, so I'll just simply separate into two parts, and then you'll have your metal air filter. As you can see, the previous owner decided to use a vacuum filter, which if we take this off, it's way too thin. And if you can look at these pores, see how that sunlight just goes right through it? So does all that dirt. Stupid. As you can see, there's a large difference between this vacuum versus one that's actually designed for fuel. So for your old one, you'll notice that there'll be a big yellow foam line that goes all the way over this, like the original ones did. You'll have to cut it out, and I used an X-Acto knife and sliced out all these little glue spots that went all the way around. So this whole thing is reusable, this foam. Again, this foam is actually designed to be able to replace this Yamaha model, so you don't need to rejet anything. Simply measure how much foam you're going to need. Use a pair of scissors, line it up and do a straight cut. I'm going to use a Sharpie marker and then cut it. I found that it works perfectly. Once you got it on, it should be able to go all the way around perfectly. Then you're going to be taking this little bit right here and just kind of pushing it in when you glue it. Once you're done and it's all glued on, it will fit perfectly around. Now you can either use spray on to fill it in with oil, because it needs to be done with oil before use, or you can simply slowly work in 5W30, which will get into all the pores and be used. Do not use this filter without oiling. When it's oiled is when it catches its dirt. Alright, now for lubricating these things. Remember, you need to have these lubricated before you put them on. Because I already put them on when I was doing it, and it's a lot easier to put them on and then put the oil in, because you have to get that glue seam around to make sure that this thing is airtight, so the air has to go through that filter. Used a greaseless lubricant. It's a thin film, and you just spray it on really thick, and you'll notice that this is like really spongy material, and it just sucks it up and kind of drains all that extra to the bottom. That means that I coated this thing until it was full to the brim. Just keep spraying. The light spray that really gets in there really works through and gets everything. The more you spray it on, the more it's going to get. Don't do a thin coat. Let it drip down to the bottom, because it's going to drip out. Or you can use engine oil, 10W30. That works really well, or 5W30. Both work pretty good. I would go with 10W30, just because it's a little bit thicker. If you're going to do it, and you kind of want it to have a strong substance to stay in there. Or just SAE 30. That's kind of up to you. Kind of go through it, see what your perception is to it. Put it back in here, and get it done. It's back in place with that bottom bolt, and that bolt that holds it in. Now, we're just going to put these right back in, and just pop back into place.